Wednesday.
Yeah, we're trying to keep you guessing on what day of the week we're gonna have this thing.
Well, the Thursday night football, I had to get it in early on Tuesday. At least post some clip on Wednesday. We got Monday night now, so we could push it a little later. And then Tuesday, it's gonna be way too hard next week because we're coming off a Monday game, so probably Wednesday again next week. But
Wednesday's good for me.
Wednesday's a good day because we can chatter, recap the game, Eagles, Vikings, and we got the Bucks coming up. So we can hit you with both. And then, as always, our Apple's killing it right now. We're in the top 200. We're at 175. We want to break the top 100. So if you can't listen to us live, just follow that. And even if you can't listen to the whole thing, just by following us, and you get notifications when we post a new episode. So that's pretty sweet. And I've been really pushing out of Spotify hard, but for some reason, Apple algorithm loves us, so we're being recommended in all the sports. All the sports.
Well, Ike Reese starts out his shows the same way when the Eagles win, and that's victory! Victory!
Yeah, it's good. I hate
Oh, no. Oh, you're doing that? It's all right. It's good. Dude, 2-0, man. Nah? You're not feeling it?
Not really. I don't like that we had 2 Thursday home openers in a row, 2 Vikings in a row, 2 week 2. We haven't got a week 1 home opener in a couple years.
So you don't like the schedule, or you don't like how we're playing?
Both.
Because I think we're okay. So I would say I think we're not playing right because of our schedule. And once the schedule sort of like gets normal, I think Monday is going to tell me a lot. I told you this last week. Thursday wasn't going to tell me much. I knew they were going to win Thursday. I almost had the score right again, and yeah, I don't know. I think we're 2-0. That we're feel good, Philly. Feel good.
I love the layoff. I love the mini bikes. That the first 2 weeks were kind of stressful. Bad weather.
This is how I feel right now.
Sweaty.
I don't know. You tell me. People out there that are watching this on Facebook Live, this is how I feel right now. What does this emoji mean? Because we decided to have a huge, gigantic fight about it this week, which, by the way, made me laugh hysterically. Those comments were all time.
We're scared to be playing on a Monday because the Mondays have been cursed.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was trying to be like I'm trying to be smiling, but I'm sweating for Monday, and people are like, you were laughing at DeMar Hamlin's almost dying and Nick Chubb's knee. It's like, dude, I'm a coach.
That was the only
myself. I'm a teacher. I care about people. I hate to share stuff, but if the mainstream media and the mainstream news networks are not going to let people see the reality, and I think it's important to see the reality of how brutal the game is, to not censor the game. It's a brutal game. People need to know it. If you're going to put your life on the line like DeMar Hamlin did, you're going to put your body on the line like Nick Chubb did, the people should be able to see that. So we're unfiltered, unedited. We shared it. We weren't laughing. Sorry, I'm being serious because it irked me a little bit this week. But that's why I did it. That's why I
was it. And then it followed up with the Monday curses, and that was like one of the only non-Eagles related posts we ever had that actually was related to the Eagles because we're playing on Monday. But a lot of people were on Reddit and were like, hey, who saw the injury? Like, they won't show it on TV. What the heck happened? Like, blah, 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 blah. So I actually started posting the link on, like, the NFL/Reddit and the Browns Reddit, and, like, I was just spamming it, too, because it was going crazy, and I was just keep trying to feed the beast. But I got banned from Reddit for sharing the injury with people. I don't know why. I guess I can't share outside links or
I know why we're blowing up. I know why our Instagram's lit. I know why we reached 3 million people last week. People are tired of edited, just like filtered takes and content. They just want to hear it. They just want to talk with their boys. So So we're your boys, man. When you roll with our page and go to games with us and we talk about it, it's like we talk about like you talk about it with your buddies. You don't have to be filtered.
I yeah, and it's crazy because everybody wants to be in the social media realm now. Like Anthony Gargano, like Cuz, is being sued by
Amazing story.
Beasley Media and 97.5 The Fanatic because he helped a lot of guys that they laid off. He helped them get jobs at this Philly like all-star media company. They're basically doing, I'm probably butchering it, but they're doing similar to like what Jacob Media is doing. Like they're bringing in all these like A-list media personalities and writers and radio people and TV people, and they're gonna do all their stuff online, and they're gonna bring all their advertisers over to them, and they're gonna grow organically, and people are gonna watch them because they're not gonna be censored. Now, big brands are gonna want to partner like with that. Like Penn wanted to partner with Barstool, didn't work out. ESPN picked up Pat McAfee, and I hope it works out. His show's amazing. It got me watching like ESPN again. Like he had Deion Sanders on there with the sunglasses, with the blenders. I mean,
oh, did you see Dion with the Sun and Tom Brady today? That was great content.
I did not. What happened with that?
Oh, it was good. So the clip that went viral, Dion is talking to Tom and the Sun. They're all going at the same time in a triple screen, and Dion says to Tom something about like, do you think he should be riding around in he just bought some crazy Rolls Royce, like a Rolls Royce SUV, and Tom said, his quarterback.
Oh, Deion Sanders' son?
Yeah, yes.
I thought you meant Tom Brady's son.
No. Deion is on the podcast with Colorado. That's his son, the quarterback. I don't know anything about Deion Sanders and his son.
Yeah, and his other son is the corner.
So Deion asked Tom Brady, he's like, so what do you think? Should my son be driving around in this Rolls Royce, like whatever? And Tom said, I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and stop wasting his time in the car. And it was so funny. And he said it with a smile on his face. And it was a classic like Tom Brady moment. And they both started cracking up. And Deion's like, I told you. It was so good.
The NIL deals are great because, well, he went and played with his dad, but his son Shador is the quarterback, and his other son Shiloh is a cornerback who actually had like a pick six in the game. And then his third son, he's called him his favorite. He's handling like all their media and like everything, all their deals. He's like the manager of like all of that.
That's awesome.
So the Blenders deal and all that, but yeah, it's
here it is. Tom, here's the quote. Tom, do you think a college kid needs a Phantom like a Rolls Royce? Oh wait, no, not a. Then Shedor says, not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce Cullinan, whatever that is. And Tom said, I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible. And then Deion said, thank you, Tom. So good.
They're good, but the NIL deals are great for college because these kids that are great can go to like a small school and make them relevant. They can make money now. They're just making mad money now. They're gonna make so much money before they even get to the NFL, which kind of helps the game, kind of hurts the game, but it's great for the sport because I'm not a big college football guy, but it's always like the same programs or like powerhouses. Now you can have like one like amazing recruit go to like the small school and be that guy and get the like big endorsement and bring friends and bring other players, all state players with them. So it's pretty cool. Everyone's rooting for them. Everyone's betting on them and stuff like that. I don't know how you can. The guy's a Cowboy. I root for them to lose every week, and they keep proving me wrong. I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like praying they lost. They almost blew it to a really bad team.
They play Oregon this weekend, man. You got to better watch that one. That's going to be a good one.
So most underrated post you had this week was the guy that walk the dog guy, because a lot of people got videos of him. He's going viral. Our post necessarily didn't go viral, but that guy, the walk the dog guy, is going viral.
So what's crazy about the walk the dog guy is I videoed walk the dog guy. I took that little clip of him at what time? Like 6 maybe.
It
And
was
then I
early,
saw
early.
video. I saw videos of it's like pitch black outside, and he's like, "I'm walking the dog." This
He's
guy walked around a parking lot with a helmet for like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was light out when
So,
you did it, and then at the end of the game, when everyone was in standstill traffic, he was still pulling the chain.
so whoever just commented, we don't have anything better to do. Yeah, I guess we don't have anything better to do. But the only person that has nothing better to do than us is the guy. He's probably still walking around the Lincoln Financial Field parking lot, walking the dog.
That guy's the man. I'm trying to catch him again. I hope he does that
Yeah.
every week with different teams' helmets. I hope he has 31 helmets sitting at his house somehow.
What you should do is troll him back and buy a pair of Eagles flip flops and deliver them, since he made fun of you for wearing flip flops to the Eagles game.
He did and Frosty did. I got so many go back to the beaches, which is hilarious because people make fun of us all the time because it's filthy in Philly, but we're like not from Philly. We're like down in South Jersey. People tell me go back to the beach all the time. Now I don't think I'm just gonna wear flip flops in the dead of winter. Go back to the beach.
Mike saw the Niners helmet guy, helmet guy at the NFC Championship game. Yeah, I think he does it every week. I think that guy's a sick man, and I love him, and I want him to be my friend.
I love that
That's
guy.
his shtick. Zero social media, just walks around the parking lot with a helmet and makes fun of social media people. What an awesome thing.
Yeah, he's great. There's so much stuff going on. It's crazy. We totally
Oh,
missed.
nothing better to do. Guy deleted his comment. Oh, come on. You're gonna troll us. Troll harder than that.
I saw there's so much going on. There's like 87,000 tailgates. It's like everybody and their mother doing interviews in the parking lot. Like there's so much going on up there. It's insane.
Yeah.
Two friends concert. Like, dude, it is such a scene. It is crazy.
It was really fun. Great.
That was the first time ever going up to the 4th and John tailgate. They freaking feed everybody for the free. That was crazy. They're making cheesesteaks.
Yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot going on. Those guys. In-game experience. New intro. What's your thoughts? No more bells about to rock. I'm curious what they do at the 1 p.m. Washington game without the light show. What's the introduction going to be like?
I don't know if that was a one-off thing. They hired a third-party company to execute that, and then it was via the Eagles app. And I was filming stuff in 4K all day and just fried my phone out in like less than an hour searching for service. We got a lot of B-roll though. But they'll do it again the night game, the daytime. I have no idea what to do. This is the only 1 o'clock game. So like we were talking about the schedule and how weird it was.
I don't think you
and
could
that's
do
why
that at a 4 o'clock game either.
No. Well, we were talking about how weird the schedule is and like how it's affecting the team's play. This is really the only normal game they have, so it's going to be kind of rocky.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get Buccaneers Monday, then you come back with the normal 1 o'clock start. Then they got to go West Coast, but it's a 4 p.m. Then Jets. Then Kelly Green game. October 22nd is Sunday Night Foosball. And then the Commanders again is a 1 game.
Night. And that could get flexed. The Commanders are pretty decent. I think they're 2-0 as well. Giants are 1-1 with that crazy comeback win. And Dallas is good. Both Dallas games are going to be really important. Sometimes, like they had Cooper Rush in last year, and like the Christmas game really didn't matter because we just had to win like 1 game out of the like last 3, and it came all the way down to the end. But like this year, like regardless of who wins that first Dallas game in Philly, like that second game, I'm so glad we chose that as the trip because that second game is probably going to be for the division, like straight up. Like even whoever wins or loses the first game, someone will lose a meaningless game. We'll be going into December 10th with the same record. I know it. We're going to need it. Like big time. Big time.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be one heck of a trip. I cannot wait.
So the Vikings stink, right? I don't know.
Vikings. Yeah, they're bad. I think the Vikings should trade Justin Jefferson because they could probably get like 2 or 3 first-round picks for him right now, and they just reset because they have this fantastic player and he's gonna go to waste there. They have nothing else. I don't
Kirk
know why they
Cousins
think
is the
of playing
number
him.
one fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, they're 0-2, and Hakkasan. I don't know why they paid him all that money. They don't even have a line. They have no defensive line. There's no reason DeAndre Swift. I mean, listen, I love DeAndre Swift. 170 yards rushing. They're just getting plowed every single play, gashed. But yet you have the number one receiver, the number one fantasy quarterback. They need a reset. They're lopsided. They're upside down, that franchise.
And they play the Chargers. I don't know why we're talking about Vikings, but they play. I just caught this.
We play them every year now, apparently.
They play the Chargers this week, and the Chargers are 0-2. Justin Herbert's the most overrated guy ever. So one of those teams is going to be 0-3. One of those teams' season's going to end this week, literally.
Yeah, 0-3 is almost impossible to come back from.
Justin Herbert versus the Vikings. I want to watch that game. It's going to be a weird out-of-market game. I got one of those teams is going to get eliminated like week 3. I'm going to post that they're eliminated, like whoever loses that game. Like the Dallas Cowboys are eliminated, like that post.
Mike wants to know what we think about the running back position. Is Gainwell going to get that? Or I don't know if Gainwell is the RB1, Mike. I truthfully don't. Did Swift win the job with his performance? What do you think, Phil?
I think Swift is your main running back. I think he was new. He came in late via a trade, still learning the offense. They love Gainwell. Gainwell, like, in the playoffs last year was amazing. Like, he was their guy. Sanders got hurt in the Super Bowl. Like, Gainwell, like, was the guy. Gainwell earned it early to be the RB1 on the depth chart, but he'll move down quickly. But rather than rotating them in and out like they do with the defensive line, I like that. Rather than like the next game, like when we play the Bucs, they should go down to Florida and run Rashad Penny, just run his ass, give him like 15 touches, and just give a guy a whole game like that.
That's what I was gonna say. There's gonna be a million people that are gonna start DeAndre Swift in flex or RB2 this week and are gonna be severely disappointed when he doesn't have the same game. I don't think I mean, listen, unless the passing game falls apart again and all we can do is run, which is what happened against the Vikings. Again, I think due to schedule and vanilla game planning the first 2 weeks just to survive. But I think that they're going to do what you said. I think every week it's going to be one of them will be their featured back. Yeah, they'll sprinkle in the other two, but it's not going to be the three-headed monster. It's not going to be like the Brian Westbrook, Correll Buckhalter, like every other play they're swapping. I think it's gonna be featured back each week, and you're very, very well could be Penny this week. Why not?
I don't know if Gainwell's back, and that gives him a chance to give him an extra week. You could have Penny, then you could have Gainwell again, then you're gonna play the Giants eventually. You're gonna have a Boston Scott game. John Hoffert's in the house, baby.
What up, John?
John came in the FanDuel club with us.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely the greatest day of my summer. I actually made it the background on my computer, and one of my students today was like, "Who's that guy that's way taller than you?" I was like, "You don't know who that is?"
Is it Nick Foles or John Hoffert?
Sorry, John. No, John is not my background. I said, "That's Nick Foles, Super Bowl 52 MVP." Oh. So that was a cool day.
That was dope. And I didn't know that Ray Shremmerd and Sway Lee is the same person. Ray Shremmerd is 2 people, and Sway Lee is in Ray Shremmerd. Fun fact.
You learn something new every day. All I knew was the not ice bucket challenge, the ice bucket challenge. We
lost your camera.
I'm coming back. Hold on. I'm back.
We're back. But the Bucs are good. They're 2-0. Mike Evans is so annoying. That guy stinks. He hasn't finished in the top 15 any year in fantasy, and he goes off for 200 yards. He cost me like one of my games. He's playing violent. This might be his last year. Mike Evans. He's annoying, and the Bucs are 2-0. The Bucs think they're good. There's always that weird team that starts like 3-0 and then falls apart. I think Carolina did it a couple years ago.
Did you see the clip of Carolina's quarterback lining up under like the guard? He didn't line up under the center, and then the running back like smacks him and he slides over. Did you see that one?
Yeah, Bryce Young is going to have a long year, and then these young quarterbacks at the end of the year he's going to rip off like 3 wins or something, and it's going to cost them like 5 draft picks.
That's such a woke take. I love that. That's you're
Yeah,
like
it's what
dialed in
Fields
with
did.
it.
It's like Fields does. And then he showed flashes at the end of the year, and then now he stinks again. It's back to stinky stink. Fields is done. The Bears are done.
Fields, ready for this? I got a field stat. Justin Fields has never thrown for 300 yards in his entire career, not one time. 25 games, I think he's played.
And yeah, big time. And
How do
Chubb,
you like that? I pulled that one out of nowhere.
yeah, he
Look
stinks.
that up. He stinks.
I was saving this magazine cover with him on it, but he stinks.
Thanks. Oh, we talked about Nick
But
Chubb,
but
John.
so
Awful.
we talk about all these non-Philly things, and they reach 1 million people, and then I ask them, would you rather me post about non-Philly things or talk about the Braden Man? And people say Braden Man, and then I post Braden Man, he gets nothing.
9 likes for Braden Man, 5 million, 300,000 views on Nick Chubb. Whatever.
And Nick Chubb, and they signed Kareem Hunt, so whoever was smart enough to pick up Kareem Hunt, but I think it's Jay Ford's backfield for you fantasy people out there. But
He got a nice little deal too. He got like $4 or $5 million. Kareem
they
Hunt.
were waiting for him.
Yeah. We were linked to him early in the season, though.
Yeah, and then we got
Then we got Pennies and Swift.
Yeah, the injuries are tough this year. We were blessed last year without injuries, trying to relate it to the Eagles a little bit, but just around the league, it's like almost like we talked about it last week a little bit too. It's like a survivor pool. Whoever can be like the healthiest and the hottest at the end. You gotta survive every week.
Was it you that or I forget who I was talking to about, like, is this lack of playing in the preseason actually creating more injuries in the long run? You think that's a legit take?
It could be. Some of these were just freak accidents, like 300-pound guys fall on you. There's not much you could do. Yeah, Nevonte Maddox hurts, but I was at training camp practice, dude. I don't really like Job and some of the corners that they started last week. Eli Ricks and Keely Ringo from Georgia, who's on the national championship team, and Mario Goodrich too, who's Alabama corner. Like, those guys are awesome once they learn.
Job rated really high though. He got burnt on that one play, like really bad, but he graded out really, really well. I caught that, like, Shiel Kapadia. He watches like the all 22 and then he does like a whole breakdown. I caught a little bit of that. And Job apparently was awesome, except he let a touchdown, but
A big one.
Everything else was pretty good.
Like, the corners are deep though, and they're a lot. Even the starting guys are still learning the defense. Like, you got to remember, they have a new coordinator. So, like, the Devontae Maddox injury, as much as it sucks, they're still linked to Budda Baker too. So there's a scenario where you get Budda Baker from the Cardinals, and then one of your safeties plays in the slot, like Terrell Edmonds or Reed Blankenship. Like, Eagles are deep. They'll buy somebody if they have to at the deadline. Like, a failing team, they'll get their slot corner. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, I love Vontae, and he's the man, but like, and he makes plays. He gets interceptions. He stripped the ball for a fumble. Like, arguably the most underrated play of the game. Like, he stripped the ball, fumble. We had 4 turnovers in that game. He was one of the 4. But like, I'm not, it sucks. He's always hurt Avante. Like, when he plays, it's great to have him. Like, if you can keep him on the cheap and keep him around and keep him healthy, great. But like, you can't rely on that guy. It's terrible.
Why is everybody tearing their pec? Like, I don't ever remember hearing that injury. It's like everybody's tearing their pec.
They're in the gym pumping too much.
Maybe, man. CJ Gardner-Johnson's, he's done for the season.
CJ Gardner-Johnson's, yeah, he's out.
He turned out to be such a punk, though.
He was, and that's why, like, a position like that, if you can fill it in and then maybe get someone at the deadline really to get you over the hump or something like that. Howie's a smart guy. He's not going to throw a lot of money at a position like that. He really can't after signing the quarterback. That was the big get in the offseason, getting the quarterback deal done. Couldn't pay him, dude, and then he turned out being a punk. Turned out to be a punk, but I got off the phone with one last sales plug. I got off the phone with Vince today with Philly Sports Trips about the Dallas trip. He gave me the rundown. He's gonna come on, or Jamie's gonna come on, because every every trip that they do, they partner with a local fan group. So this week in Tampa, it's Philly of the South, which is an awesome like closed group. Which if you're from Florida and you want to meet up with people to watch the Eagles, like I just joined the group because I'm going to Florida later this year. But they don't have a Dallas group. So if there's any Eagles groups in Dallas that want to come on, I like offered him because he's done a lot for us. I've offered him if he's partnered with a group down there, like an Eagles group down there, or any of the clubs or venues he's going to be at, we'll have him come on the show. But I think Vince himself is going to come on the show from Philly Sports Trips, or Jamie, who just got Philly Sports Guy, who just got a show on the Fanatic. But there's not many venues or groups to bring on the show because the itinerary, which is what I'm getting to if you want to come to Dallas, the itinerary is we're going to get in Friday, hit the lobby bar in the hotel and check in. Probably just go out around the town local. That time is open. It's still pending, like to be determined what we're doing like Friday. But Saturday we're going to like the most renowned Tex-Mex restaurant in Fort Worth, like all you can eat, all you can drink margaritas. And then Sunday, usually when they do tailgates, like when I was in Boston, we drank at a bar, like a open bar down in downtown Boston, and they bussed everyone to the game. For Dallas, they're actually doing the tailgate. They're not doing it at a bar or venue. They're bussing everybody in down to the stadium in the parking lot, and the tailgate's going to be in the parking lot. So they're bringing all the food and drinks and catering it in the parking lot.
Nice. Well,
we're gonna have upwards of 50 fans too now, and we think we can get to like 100, which is gonna. They go to Dallas every year, so it's never like the biggest trip, but we think this year it's gonna be the biggest one. It's gonna be for the division. We really do.
That sounds awesome. I have experienced both forms of Philly Sports Trips tailgates. I've done where it's a little bit like the higher level one. They rent out the restaurant, top quality food and all that. That was like when we were in Arizona. And then in Washington, where they partnered up with the local food places and just had a huge parking lot spot and everybody's outside. Each one is equally amazing and awesome. For Dallas, love the idea of not being inside some restaurant and just being outside right near the stadium. I feel like that's gonna be so dope to do it that way.
Yeah, because there's not much to do around the stadium area. There's just a big strip mall and an Xfinity Live type place by the stadium. So that they've stayed in Arlington, and they said that gets old kind of quick. So we're staying in Fort Worth, and that's a real Texas honky tonk place where you want to be. But on game day, we're going to be in Arlington early. So we'll be at that strip mall. There's going to be all kinds of stuff to do. We're going to have the big tailgate set up and be able to walk around, get heckled, do some heckling. So.
And it's Sunday night football, so you got all day. You got all day to hang out.
Oh, Jesus. And a pretty late, not too late, but not too early flight Monday. I think that Monday is like a 1 or 2 o'clock out. So you can check out normal time, 11 o'clock, go to the airport, and get out of there with a W, hopefully. So, no like 5 a.m.
That's going to be a tough one.
No like 5 a.m. outs or anything like that. But I might need a new phone just for that trip because this battery on this thing is cooked.
You got to get that Apple John that I got that slaps on the back and just magnetizes to it and charges you back up. I think it was like $100, but it's awesome.
And the Phillies, how many games do the Phillies have left?
Not many. They got a big Met series coming up.
And then
hold on. Pulling it up. They got the big Met series coming up. Then the Pirates. Then another Met series. They're in a Met sandwich. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 games. A 4-game series against the lowly down and out Mets tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then nothing Monday. Then they got the Pirates at home, all home, a major homestand. And then 3 road Mets to finish it off. Last game, October 1.
They did well against the Braves, even though the Braves like sealed it up. They took
They did
two out
fantastic
of
against the
three,
Braves.
even though the Braves kind of have nothing to play for. But Nick Castellanos should have let that ball go today. Should have been like a foul ball because there was only one out and they had a runner on third and they could have tied it. But instead, he caught it in foul territory and gunned the runner out for the final out to win the game.
That's why I got my Philly Rob shirt on.
Which is crazy. Which is crazy. And I'm
By the
taking.
way, shameless plug for the 5 people in this live and whoever's listening to this. Y'all know that we invented Philly Rob, right? Just got to make sure I say that every time.
I wouldn't say 5 people because when I post the clips and stuff tomorrow and we get in the top 100 on Apple.
I'm saying for the 5 people listening at this moment.
This moment.
We did invent Philly Rob.
But I'm sending the Fudge Kitchen to Sunday the 24th. They're taking over the entire rooftop bleachers in the outfield where all the food is and stuff like that. They're going.
Oh, let's go.
And we have
Do we want to try to get to a Phillies game?
Yeah. And I'm going with work probably that last series, so hopefully have it sealed up by then. But we'll definitely be at the first home playoff game. Definitely be at the first Phillies home playoff game for sure.
What about Saturday? What about Sunday at 1?
Let's go Birds. There's no game. That's a good segue though. Do you know anything about the Bucks? No Eagles on Sunday, but Eagles on Monday. What do you know about the Bucks?
Baker Mayfield. I know nothing. Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield. I couldn't name you one other player.
Chris Godwin's.
Don't care about him.
And their defense is pretty good.
Eagles win 28-17. 28-17.
Yeah. I'm gonna die. Something in my throat.
3-0. Birds 3-0. Eagles fans will take over Tampa. No more Tom Brady down there. Baker Mayfield stinks. Eagles eat. I'm starting Eagles D in fantasy. I think they sack Baker Mayfield at least 3 times. Hopefully the takeaways continue. I got no qualms about picking the Birds on Monday.
Let's go.
Where are you at?
I think that the Eagles are going to. What is the over under here on this game?
Usually I check before I make my predictions, but let's see how I did. Eagles Bucks line. Eagles are big favorites. Oh, so maybe my prediction wasn't so bad. Birds are gonna go 3-0. 4.5 points. Over under 45.
I see 5 and minus
45. I nailed it. 28-17. Over.
I think the Eagles are going to score over 30 points, and they're going to hold the Bucks under 20 points. So I'll take the over 46. I'll take like
31.
31 to 20.
All right.
11-point win. I think we're going to kick their ass. If they're 3-0, we have problems. If the Bucks are 3-0, we have problems.
I would love a nice, firm Eagles victory and not to eke out another one and have to do this whole week of, are we really 3-0 or are we just beating bad teams, blah, blah, blah. I would love a solid win on Monday.
Not only would I love a solid win, I'd love a Cowboys or Red Cowboys, like, weird loss to a bad team just to
even it up a little.
Just to get them down. Like, they're way too... Also, I'm happy to live in a charmed life in September. It is September 20th.
That would be you rooting for the Giants this weekend to beat the Red Cowboys.
Go Giants. Giants are going to be...
I'm fine with that.
Giants are going to be in 4th place in our division. If I called Sam Howell, I sent with Tripp's Shohei Ohtani card. I sent a Sam Howell rookie card. I'm a big Sam Howell guy. He was ripping last week. He's good. He'll be in a nice third place, and the Eagles and Cowboys are gonna be fighting for first and second.
Come on, Jonathan Gannon. Beat the stinking Cowboys this weekend, will you, buddy?
He's got a rebound, but they're tanking for the USC
so
quarterback for Caleb Williams.
What an existence. Tanking in football.
It's
Awful.
terrible. It doesn't work. But
Doesn't work.
yeah, the Eagles win big. What'd you say? 28.
I got 28-17.
28-17, and I said 31-20. Big time. Big time. It's gonna be big. All right, gang. We'll see you next week. Thanks for dropping in.
Go Birds, go Phils.